Hi everyone, welcome to week 1, workout 1. We're going to be focusing on the lower body today, but it's still a full body workout. Go ahead and take a peek at my warm-up video if you haven't warmed up yet, and let's get started. We're going to start with the fundamental movement of the farmer carry. We're going to do it suitcase style today, and each week we'll progress with that. Knowing how to pick it up is essential, especially as you move to heavier kettlebells. So we're going to talk about the form with each one of these exercises actually. So I'm working lighter today because week 1 is just going to be getting to know the kettlebell, getting your body moving, especially if you haven't worked out in a while, and wonderful for beginners or people just getting back into exercise. So I have my kettlebell at my ankle on the right side. I'm going to hinge those hips. So hinging is very key in kettlebell exercise. So hinge. As you hinge, you push those hips back, and you should feel your hips almost pinch those fingers here and rise. That's the hinge. As you rise, you're going to activate the quads, the glutes, and the abs in this tall plank position. Shoulder, hip, and knee are in line here. You want to avoid leaning too far back or too far forward here. Nice and tall. Tall through the top of the head is what we say. So let's get going. We're going to start with this farmer carry. Hinge those hips. Kettlebell's at my ankle. I'm going to pick that kettlebell up. Engage the lat and rise. From here, full body tension. Squeeze that opposite hand. And we're just going to raise those knees to roughly navel level. So right about to your belly button. Good. 2 more each side. And let's include the other side here. Full body tension. Ribs are drawing down towards your pelvis here, protecting your lower back. Keep your balance nice and easy. Good. 2 more each side. And release down safely. Hinge those hips. And we're just going to fast and loose. Nice and easy in between. A few cross crawls. Next movement, we're going to learn the squat, goblet squat. So first we're going to learn the clean. How to 2-hand clean the kettlebell. We've already talked about hinging those hips. My feet are under the hips. I'm going to hinge those hips back. Bring those hands to the kettlebell handle. Get a nice grip. Push through the floor. We're using full body to raise that kettlebell, which becomes more essential as we get heavy with the kettlebell. And clean. We're grabbing it right there by the handle. Release down. What it looks like with the hard style bell. If you have a hard style bell versus a competition bell, just like that. 2-hand kettlebell clean. So for the goblet squat, we're going to clean that bell up. Bell is between the ankles. Hinge those hips, engage the lats, and clean. We're going to find that squat width. So let's just squat down to your depth. Now your depth may vary. And we're just going to wiggle around here. My elbows are on the knees to find where my feet feel most comfortable. And that's roughly where you're going to have your feet placed for your squat. You have 10. Here we go. We're going to inhale for pressure at the top and squat. Exhale as you rise. That's your breathing pattern. We have 10. Squeeze everything at the top. Squeeze those legs and glutes. Good, 2 more. Release down. Nice and easy. Again, fast and loose. We're just going to do some cross crawls here from original strength. I love these. Loosen up the shoulders and lower back. Grab a drink if you need it. And next up we have the RDL, Romanian deadlift. So for this exercise, we're going to line the kettlebell up, again with those ankles, hinge those hips, feet are under the hips, hip width apart, and rise. This is a top-down exercise. So from here, we're just going to push your butt back into that hinge, feet under the hips as a reminder. We're going to keep the natural arch in the lower back. If for some reason you lose the natural arch, that's where you need to stop, okay? So your depth is going to be your depth for these. Get a nice stretch. Pull through the ham, so you should feel it in the hamstrings and the glutes. So here we go. We have 1. Rise. This is where we squeeze. Lats engaged, shoulders down away from the ears, glutes, abs, ribs pulling toward the hips, quads engaged. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings and rise. Inhale, exhale up. Again, inhale, exhale up. Let's do 3 more. Tall through the top of the head here. Standing plank. Last one. And release down. Good. Let's do a few cross crawls. Next up, we have the reverse lunge. And that will be it for the leg exercises. We go into the dead bug and the plank. So here we go, reverse lunge, suitcase style. Suitcase just means you're outside of the foot. Hinge those hips to pick it up just like you did for the carry. This time we're just going to step that opposite leg back. You can have tension here with the arm out. I like to keep it here nice and tight. Step back into a lunge. Let's just see how your footing is. If you're new to lunging, you have 90 degrees with the front, 90 degrees with the back. Okay? Stand up, slide that back foot forward, and that's roughly your position. Second thing to be aware of is that you want to be on the train tracks, not on a tightrope. So you want to be here with feet under the hips as you step back, just like this, rather than on a tightrope because you'll lose your balance there. Here we go. Kettlebell on the right. Hinge those hips. Pick up. Left leg steps back. 1. Nice. 2. Find your balance. 3. 4. Last one. And 5. Nice. Other side. Get set. Right leg steps back. 1. 2. 3. Pushing through that front heel. 4. And 5. Nice. A few cross crawls here. I'm going to hit the ground for some dead bugs and a plank. So with the dead bugs, we're going to start. My arms are up, my feet are up. And I'm going to alternate sides. So as my right hand goes back, my left leg is going to go down. This leg is going to pull inward to remain stable, and this is really going to work your core. There's one, other side, and one. A little brain food. 2, and 2. 3, and 3, nice and slow. Good, 2 more. 4, and 4, nice straight leg. Slight bend is okay if you need to. 5, and 5. Good, hug those knees. And we're gonna roll over into a plank. For the plank, you have 2 options, either from your, actually 3 options, but you can be here from your hands. And hold. You can be here, elbows and toes, and hold. Elbows at 90 degrees, elbows under the shoulders, squeezing the glutes. Or you can be here on the knees, squeezing the glutes. So find your option, and we have a plank. 3, 2, 1, and go. So when you're at the top of your kettlebell swing, this is a sensation you might feel. Also at the top of your deadlift. Everything's engaged. Your core, your glutes, your quads. My fingertips are pressing into the mat. Good. 3, 2, 1, and release. So consider that round 1. It'd be wonderful if you can complete 2 rounds, or from 2 to 5 rounds, your choice. If you're a beginner, just stick with 2 for today. That should be enough to get your blood pumping. And let's finish with the stretch. I've already posted the stretch video, so go ahead and feel free to check that out. It feels wonderful after the workout. So have a great day, everyone. Get those next rounds in.